get the mic up there?
No, look at that. Who let him in?
Two things. There we go. There we go.
Two things. I think that was the greatest collection of Canadian talent I've seen in one movie. It really was.
Yeah.
But just what you were talking about, it's almost become a sociological study of Toronto at a certain time period.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist anymore.
That was around the time of the mega city.
Yeah.
And the fabulous writer in the Globe and Mail, John Doyle, wrote a review once it got on pay TV and said, that fucking mayor better go and check this movie out if he wants to understand the goddamn city he lives in. Except in John Doyle's kind of language. But it was really a strong statement. It was like this whole column was about our film. It was like as good as tonight for us.
Cool. Good question. The lady there, and then we'll get to you over there. Go ahead. If we can get the mic along.
It's okay. I have a big voice. Big voice.
Okay.
My question is was it supposed to depict 1994, or was it supposed to be a little earlier than that?
Question was it specifically 1994 or a little earlier than that? I think I said the 80s, but that's when I went to Boozecan.
94 is right. It took me 4 years to make this. We started around 93 and got shot at between 94 and 93. And no, 96. 96.
No, but when it got distribution, it was 99.
Oh, yeah, but the distribution was, like I said, it was higgly-piggly. We didn't get anything in Canada, so I didn't count it. So what was the question? Was it a period piece?
Yeah, what was it? Yeah.
No. What do you have, because of that cell phone?
It was 94. No, I don't know.
Because some people did still have those. Well, it ain't broken, you know. No, it was 90.
94 doesn't seem that long ago.
No.
But no, I was just curious.
Right back there, there's a mic, so you can you don't have to yell.
Oh, okay. Number one, is Gerald Packer in the house?
Is Gerald Packer here?
No, he's one of the guys that works.
He's always
busy now.
Okay, unlike the rest
This was his first feature in 35, and after this, everything took off for Gerald.
Cool.
So he's well deserved, and he's a market guy. He's always around the scene.
I went to school with him, that's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah,
Movie
no,
looks
anyway,
amazing. It looks really good.
It sounded great.
Yeah, it looks.
The print's pretty good too. It wasn't too bad. It's been
Yes.
sitting in a booze can actually for the last 15 years.
Peter had it for the last 8. Thank you, Peter.
Then Peter rescued it for us because they closed down the booze can.
Spiro had it before for 10 years.
What happened?
Spiro had it for 10 years.
10 years.
So,
He couldn't sell it, so then he gave it to my
one second thing, was,
But if it wasn't for Peter here, we wouldn't be here tonight.
was,
Thanks a lot.
was 26 Oxford of Spiro also in the film?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but two Greek places.
No, we were only in this can that when we're
At Richmond.
with the dogs and the hot dog carts.
Okay.
Oh, with that little kitten? I don't know, the kitten lived there, so the actor was just playing with it.
When's Boozecan the play coming?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Who's can the play? Good idea. Next,
I want to be in it.
just wave your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Oh, there's a gentleman down here. If you could the mic's gonna, just so people can hear at the back. Oh, well, here it is. Just pass it along.
Fire.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how long did it take you to shoot it, and how big was your budget back then?
It was tiny. We never had the money, really. Most people didn't get paid. Some people got paid out of my pocket, some people out of one of the producer's pocket, but the guy that promised us the money didn't drop. So we just decided to go ahead anyway. I had the schedule down to 8 days. And the actors carried their costumes in hockey bags. We didn't have any trucks, we had the one truck. So we just walked around Kensington and just plopped our stuff down and shot. Sometimes we went to a location and we say, oh, this is going to be a big Universal film. It's going to be, who's your favorite actor? Oh, he's in it. So can we shoot a little test scene? That's how we shot that scene with Shirley Blanco, with her whole family was sitting there when he came to rent the place. So he said, can we just shoot a little test thing? And then I got the actors right out here. It'd just take 15, 20 minutes, so we went ahead. I shot 2 sequences like that.
Can I ask one
In
more?
May, we shot it in October
Yeah,
of that same year.
that's right.
That's incredible, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How long did it take you after shooting it in order to distribute it?
Well, we never had the money to finish it. So we had to replace the money guys, and it took a while. I went down to LA for about 6 months, was looking around, and the rest of them were up here in Toronto. We finally found a guy called Paul Wynn,
Who I brought in.
who you brought in, and he never put up a dime.
But still, he got it finished.
He got it finished though, but he stuck the bill onto the lab. And so just lately they decided, we've written it off. You go ahead, take the film. We'll see what we can do with it now maybe, who knows.
And how long did what about the script? How long did that take to write?
Well, I lived it for a long time, and then when I got sober, I started working on it. So I worked on it, we worked on it for a few months, but before that, maybe 8, 9 months. In every library downtown, in the coffee shops. All my friends supported me. They didn't know if I was going to do it or not, but they all supported me throughout the whole thing. I love you guys so much, really.
Yeah. We love you, Minnie.
People that brought me a lot of witness. There's like 5 or 6 people in that movie that passed since then, and so that's a nice thing to see them on the screen again.
Yeah, great, isn't it? Yeah, we sat in that park in Kensington with the rock in it next to
Al Waxman.
Amadeus.
Al Waxman's,
Al Waxman, yeah.
that's his little park.
We sat in that park every day, we met there.
Yeah.
And then the weekend before we started shooting, Justin and I checked into the hotel there,
That's right.
and we just improvised every scene and tried to fix it. We added that one sequence with Eugene and
That was Russell Peters.
and it was
Oh, yeah.
Russell Peters.
His first thing he's ever done on film.
There was quite a bit of him in it, because he was complaining, you got cut right out. He didn't get cut right out. We just got that one bad scene. We made him look good.
He was the guy who dropped the drugs.
Yeah. Oh, my fucking balls.
I'm surprised he's not here.
I know, I invited him. But,
What's he up to anyway? What happened to that guy?
I don't know. I think he's out of the business. I'm not sure. Oh, he's making Christmas specials.
He's a running cop.
I think he's working the counter at Spiro's.
He's at 56.
What was your main inspiration for putting this production together? Like, was it just personal experiences, or?
Well, no, it's mostly Minnie's life. He got me the script, and there's 4 or 5 sequences in there that's just the way he left it. I knew I could give this to actors. They would appreciate the reality of it. And then we fixed a couple of the plots, which were a little bit reminiscent of sort of bad 80s TV. Like there was a sun, and then the sun was really not the sun, but the wild. So we just made it simpler and put a sick cop in it. Just desperation time. But it worked out pretty good. We had a lot of talented people to help us, including David Cronenberg, who graciously gave us his time. He had a ball that night. Yeah, he was a little scared of that guy, though. Like he didn't know if this guy was a realie, because I told him, some of the guys are real, and some of the guys, are actors, but be careful. Like, don't say anything too stupid. He started getting a little nervous, didn't he? The guy was good. What? Spiro made him nervous, that's right. Yeah. Does anybody know Spiro?
Spiro make me nervous.
Spiro ran for mayor a few times. He's quite the character.
Oh, yeah.
I loved his pottery and everything. It was amazing.
Tell them the story about we couldn't use the dog after.
The dog had a litter of puppies in the last Boozecan. And it became a big negotiation if we could actually shoot the dogs on film. I don't know why, but it was a huge thing. He just freaked out on us. You're not shooting the dogs, He didn't want money. He didn't want it. He just not shooting the dogs. Okay, no problem. So it was actually hard because the dog just had a litter and they were everywhere. So but we had a dog in the first can, in Melissa's can. That was great. I forgot about that. That thrilled me.
Okay. Actually, I did want to ask, how did the cast come together? Because as the gentleman said, it is an amazing cast. How did that?
All friends of Nick's.
Friends of Nick. So through theater, through TV, through
A few of them, but I had auditions. That's how I met Tony Nappo, who's now really successful. And he says this is his first film. I think it was.
It was his first film.
It was his first film, well, yeah. Justin was a friend of mine. Yeah, no, he won't do it. It's pointless. Justin was a real good friend of mine. He introduced us to... Eugene knew...
Reggie?
No, the good actor. They're really, the best actor in the movie is? No, James Kidney. Kenny Welch. James Kidney's brilliant too. I hope there's no James Kidneys. I'm just kidding.
They were in Perfectly Normal together. Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, Perfectly Normal was a huge disappointment for Eugene. Because his script was so good. I mean,
It is a good script, yeah.
It was really good, and then they went through the process and really kind of ruined it. Yeah, some of the casting, it was just about, a little nerdy, maybe a gay kid growing up in Calgary, liked opera, and it turned into something like way beyond the scope.
I like Ken Welch right though. He was really good.
Ken's always good. I mean, he's like really one
I
of the
thought
best
Lipinski
actors.
was good in it too. He was like the hood, right? He was the
Oh yeah.
the enforcer on the team.
Oh yeah. It was
Uh,
a heartbreaking experience for
Sorry, right there, sorry.
Eugene.
Yeah, so thanks very much for the and it was incredible, and I thought it was far better than actually I thought it was going to be. I spoke to many times over the years. He says, I wrote a picture, upstairs at, anyway, and so here it is. I thought that was brilliant. So
Well,
I'm curious
if
why
the film
they
was
didn't
as
actually start
funny
any
as
awards.
Minnie, we'd really be good. I mean, it'd really
Let's
be
go to this
something.
place and talk about this later on.
Yeah.
56.
Because,
Thank you.
humor is so important anyway, but Minnie's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. And Big Lou as well.
Yes.
Just hysterical, very fast. I mean, he fools you because you don't think he is, and then whoa, oh yeah, this guy's paying attention. But no, it was a fantastic bunch of people, and everybody was proud to be involved, and we made it pretty easy on people. There was a bar across the street and all that stuff.
Last question, I think. Yeah.
Director of photography, how did that
Can we get the mic? Just can you repeat? Yeah, if you could.
I was
Thanks.
wondering about the photography. Who was the director of photography?
beautiful.
Was Joe Packer.
And how did that come together?
He was a friend of Minnie's.
I met him in the market.
He was a regular.
Of course he did.
Yeah. He was a friend of Lorraine's.
Yay, Lorraine! Yeah. Hello, Lorraine!
Interested. Lorraine's waiting for him.
Oh, she's here. Hey, Lorraine!
Our friend from Aurora, Janice, is here.
Nice to see you, Janice.
It's not Lorraine.
No,
She was dancing with Big Lou at the end of the movie.
she's at 56.
In the film sequence.
So mostly they met in Kensington, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Gerald, he'd been doing quite a bit of work up to that point anyway. And I'd never met him, but I'd heard about him and his brother. And he said he would do it only under the condition that we shot in 35. And because he had never had a film. And after that, he just hasn't stopped working.
I think you have a compliment coming.
Yeah, Nick, I just want to say, I think you've made the Canadian mean streets.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I think on that note, it's a good way to end it, and maybe 56 Kensington.
Yeah! 56!
Thank you guys so much for coming. We do free Canadian classic films pretty much every month, and we're going to be doing Minsa Glee's film in June, and then we're doing Monkey Warfare in July, and in August we're going to pay tribute to Mike Jones. We're going to show Adventures of Faustus Bidgood, a classic film from the East Coast, and thank you guys for coming.
you.
Thank you, Nick.
Well,
Way to
thank
go.